Hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Youth Intake Challenge. We're approaching the end of season 12 and it's Youth Intake Day, so I'll give you an update on where we are. I'll show you the Youth Intake and then we'll probably play the last few games of the season just to see where we finish off, leaving the next episode to be the end of season review and the preview for what comes next. So stick around and it should be fun. Welcome back. So since you were last with us, it's been an absolutely fantastic run. Apart from an outlying 5-1 loss to Dorking, it's been undefeated, which is remarkable really. Still a high number of draws, which is something that we need to put behind us at some point. However, huge wins against Scunthorpe, Carlisle, Morecambe, Bradford, Chester and Colchester. In fact, January was probably the best of the months we've had so far. I think we even picked up Manager of the Month that year, which is fantastic, and it kept us right up towards the top of the table. Goal scoring's continued for Dunk, Mandanda, the usual kind of suspects. Friday's got another couple goals as well. So, I mean, there's not much to say really other than it's been really consistent and a stark contrast from what it was last season. What that does for us in terms of the league is it puts us second. We're 1 point behind Colchester. We've got 5 games left to go. We're on the verge of claiming a automatic promotion spot. In fact, we're 10 points clear with 5 games left, so I think that's largely in our own hands, and barring some kind of real upset, I think that's going to happen and we're going to be in League One next year, which is huge considering where we were last year. But that's not what we're all about this episode. What we're really here for is a bit of a progress update and then the youth intake. A quick look through the squad then. Nothing much really changed. You can see average ratings and last 5 game performance is still really high. We're not going to focus on any particular players in this episode. It'll just be a fairly short one. Look through the youth intake, who we're maybe going to sign, maybe going to pass out on the opportunity for, where they might fit in the squad, and then just come back again at the end of the season to see where we finished off. But yeah, no real upsets within here. We've managed to hold on to all our players. I have done some contract renewals already. The only ones left now is Dean Spence and Joshua Moses. However, I think Moses is someone we might well just let slip away, as we have Silverio and De Heuvel to come in on the right hand side, and Mal Taylor as well, he's got a few goals along the way. So let's get through and I'll get us ready for the youth intake. And here we go. So the youth intake's in, and the first thing that jumps out is it looks nowhere near as good as most of the previous intakes. Only 1 elite talent and only 3 top talent, so missing out on a huge swathe of players. And I thought we were probably going to get something a little bit better than this from the improvements we put into the structures of the club and the youth intake, etc. So I'm not quite sure what's missing, but I was hoping for something a little bit more. However, that's what we've got. A couple Australians in there, a Swede, a couple Scots, and some English. But what I think I'm going to do is continuing the theme of being really harsh because of the squad size, etc. I'm not going to look at any of the decent talents, although it would be brilliant to have one of these Australians in the squad. I think realistically they're never going to make it. I'm going to do the same with the good talents. I don't think with just a maximum of 3 potential that they're really going to make it. I mean, he's a centre-half who's only 174 centimetres tall as well, so maybe look at an outside chance of a full-back. Mark Cox is quite tall, but even then I think I'm just going to miss them out, and I'm going to go straight for just the top 4. So with that being said, we'll get straight into the ones we've got. First one, Nonso Williams, a wide midfielder on the right from Nigeria. Alright physical stats, good teamwork, work rate. He's unambitious though. And how's his crossing? 6. So not bad. I'd like his pace to be a bit higher. I'd like to be in more an advanced position, but he's 15, so we'll train him as such in there when he comes in. But as a start, not an area we really need a lot of players in, but we'll take him and see what we can do with him, and maybe get him a few games and sell him on if we can find a way to recoup some money for him. Next one, John O'Carr, ball winning midfielder, and that's something that we need to kind of expand on. We've got one in Juddy Mandanda. Now we've got John O'Carr coming in, and a fairly professional player, good at passing, good technique, good work rate, good teamwork. A little bit low on the physicals. He's a big, tall lad, though. Looks for a pass rather than attempting to score and knocks the ball past opponents. I'd have expected his pace to be a little bit higher than that, but again, an interesting player. A ball-winning midfielder and a central midfielder. In fact, he can do a little bit of everything. So I think he'll fit in. He'll be a really good squad player to have around. So John O'Carr looking like the best of the two so far. Next one, Craig Charles, goalkeeper. Not something I think we're overly needing. I think we'll sign him up, but I'm not sure he's going to stay with us long term because I think we have better players in the squad in that position. And then the only elite talent in the intake then is Mergim Tahiri, the Kosovan. Quite interesting. I don't think we've had one yet. Central midfielder. I'm not sure what he's going to be. What have we got? A central midfielder. Oh, he's another playmaker type, which is okay, but I think we need some other kind of attributes and roles in there. Balanced. He's quite short, so he's a bit of a little diminutive playmaker. Good passing, good technique, good first touch and decision making. So as a creative player, he's probably got the right attributes more for deep line play. Yeah, I mean he probably suits that playmaker role more than anything else. So again, he'll probably spend a year or so in the under-18s before we get him anywhere near the first team. But not too bad. Not the greatest intake. Snapping up for. Probably quite fitting when we've only really got one or two going out because we've renewed the majority of the contracts. The squad's shaping up nicely. I think we'll definitely let Moses go. Dean Spence is an iffy one. If we can get him on another year's contract, we will. But he's playing hardball at the minute. So yeah, I'll click through. I'll get through the last 5 games of the season. I'll update you on where we finish, and then we'll end the episode after that. So stick around. And here we go. The season is over. As you can see, the final 5 games, we went on a 3-game winning streak, comfortably beating Crewe, comfortably beating Lincoln. Again, a narrow win against Wigan. We then had a 0-0 draw with Burn, which was largely one-way traffic. And winning that game would have sealed us the title. And then in the final day of the season, we had an absolute capitulation to Scunthorpe, which has enabled Colchester to pip us to first spot. So promotion has been sealed. We didn't quite get the championship. It's unfortunate, but I think we have to look at the positives. From what happened last season to what happened this season has been a huge improvement. Looking forward to the squad for next season. Integrating a couple new players into this squad, letting a couple go, having a bit of a change around. Maybe see some faces disappear in the summer, and we'll regroup for a quick look at League One next season. So hopefully you've enjoyed the update. It's been a fantastic season. The youth intake was a little bit lacklustre. I could have done with a couple more key positions being filled. However, I think we've got enough potential in and around the squad now to make some movements in the next division. Certainly I don't think we'll come straight back down, although I do think it could be quite the challenge, but we will see. Once again, enjoy yourselves. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode where we will be preparing for life in League One. Take care.